macho with kung fu grip.
Something awful happened here, Ed.
What is it?
Hey!
Oh!
Good to see you.
Hey, Chap. Okay.
Bones.
Cool grip. All right. Good to see you. Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to Doomgoryum Report 55. Brought to you by the guys from Doomgoryum's Horror Emporium.
Axe.
Chap. I almost said Chap when I pointed at you.
You're getting so excited.
We're
overwhelmed
Chap.
with happiness.
Yep, Chap's back. We've got Colonel Jim over there.
Yes.
And today's episode on a film,
Conjuring. Yes.
The Conjuring.
Scary.
Incredible.
Yes.
I almost ended up in the bathroom in the fetal position. Very scary.
I didn't know when it ended because I was doing this.
Brought to you by director James Wan. Another man.
Yes.
In the cast we have Vera Farmiga as Lorraine Warren, Patrick Wilson
Lynch.
as Ed Warren, Lily Taylor as Carolyn Perrone, Ron Livingston as Roger Perrone, Shane Lee Caswell as Andrea, Haley McFarland as Nancy, Joey King as Christine, Mackenzie Foy as Cindy, Kyla Deaver as April. There's many
kids.
people in here.
Blah, blah, blah.
So
19 kids.
But yeah, there's all kinds of them. It's a big family
Yeah.
that gets scared. Shannon Cook as Drew and John Brotherton as Brad. That's all we're going to say. There we go. Yes, 2013, The Conjuring.
So thoughts?
I liked it. I thought it was scary as hell. A lot of tension build up. Got good reviews going into it. Based on a true story.
Based on a true story.
Yeah, the Warrens.
Give us a sign that you want to communicate with us.
Now, I'd like to know how much freedom they had playing it based on, but if it has anything to do with at least some relatable topics against some Warrens, makes me want to run out and read the book.
Okay. I after we saw this movie, I said I'd really like to. I was wondering about the same thing about the Warrens. So it happened to be my birthday through after we saw it, and Mrs. Axemaster went out and bought me a book called The Demonologist,
Yes.
the Ed and Lorraine Warren story. So I was really happy to get this book. I'm reading it still right now. I haven't finished it. Otherwise, I'd have it down here, but
So-
it's safe in the library now.
So to cut back, hold on. The Warrens, the whole point behind this movie, The Conjuring, is a family is having some trouble in their house, and the Warren.
What are you guys?
Well, we've been called ghost hunters, paranormal researchers.
But we prefer to be known simply as Ed and Lorraine Warren.
The wife is what is she?
clairvoyant,
Clairvoyant. She has some not telekinetic powers or whatnot, but and then of course her husband's the only recognized demonologist outside of the Catholic Church. He has this incredible knowledge,
And just to get back to whether or not what was real and what wasn't, the story of The Conjuring was not in this. Has not been in this book, The Demonologist. However, the film opens with a side story about a doll called Annabelle. And chapter 3 in the book is about Annabelle. And this is the real Annabelle being held by the real Lorraine Warren, folks. Very, very creepy. And I gotta suit up just to be able to finish talking about that. So anyway, I thought it was awesome.
Yeah,
Personally.
they could make a movie just on that doll.
Yeah.
Oh,
They probably will at some point.
that room, right? The movie was so well put together. The music, the timing, minimal special effects until 3/4 of the way through, and even then, it's I don't want to say bottom dollar, but very, very effective.
Mm-hmm.
The tension that they build nonstop. I don't know, sitting there squinting through two fingers, waiting for something to happen.
It's a grown-ass man and he's squinting through two fingers. What's that tell you?
And I was
doesn't
like,
so
it was
much
like
happen.
this. It was like, Chap, let go of my hand,
It's like
Chap.
this.
Let go. Come on.
Wasn't that
We're in the
bad?
theater, man.
But it was well put together. Everything about it just kind of flowed really, really well.
I like how he took the tension, he built it up.
Look what she made me do.
You got scared, and it just kept going. And going.
Yep.
Sometimes it was like 3 times. You know what I mean? He built it up from beyond there. I thought the story was awesome. If it truly is, you know, real thing, man, I would not want to experience anything of that even remotely like that.
The actors too, the way they portrayed the Warrens, they were very calm about everything.
When the music stops, you see him in the mirror standing behind you. Look what she made me do.
The way they seemed to proceed, it was just, every day kind of happenstance for them. In the meantime, you know, you're sitting in the audience freaking out because it's not something that you'd ever consider.
Yep. Well, the movie was made, it was a relatively low budget movie, actually just like Insidious was, the first one. I think they made this movie for something like minuscule, like $20 million, which is a lot of money, but in today's movie making, it's peanuts, you know what I mean? So, and they made that money back in the first, I think, 2 days. So there's obviously going to be a sequel, and they led the movie, or it finished with her getting the phone call about. So and they are making a sequel because when, what is the name of the characters again?
Famija and Wilson.
Wilson.
Yep.
When they signed on for this movie, their contract was for a 2-picture movie. At least. So they are making a second one. So that I know. So
Patrick he's the guy from Insidious, so he's already locked in for the
He's
both
got
Insidious,
quite
and
the,
I mean you're guaranteed to see Insidious 3 now because it's just rocking up the.
Yep.
He has quite the rapport with James Wan, it seems.
Yeah.
He's very happy being.
and he's a great actor.
we never seen nothing like this.
Horror movie guy.
Yeah, so he's a great actor. So I just looked back to Watchmen, right? The first presentation I saw him, and I thought he was just dynamic.
So that's good though. So we get to see a second Conjuring 2 might be down the Amityville. We talked about that too.
Well, it's weird because the Conjuring takes place in '72 and the Amityville Horror took place in like '75. So some kind of weird timeline.
Now, is it me? But does a film that's dated back then not bring out more in terms of the whole horror concept? The fact that you're on rotary, wall hung phones, light switches that click instead of I mean, there's no laptops or anything. You see these big winder cameras and everything else. It's all tripwire stuff. Driving these old, dilapidated-looking cars or these boats, just...
That's how we got started.
Yeah.
In conditions like that, folks. No cell phones.
Just tin cans and string.
Phone lines are easy to cut.
Yeah. But yeah, but The Conjuring 2, remember we talked about that? If they make a sequel, not about the Amityville Horror with the Lutzes, but the murders, remember? Because there's some speculation that maybe they were possessed, so maybe it's that, who knows? Never know. Yeah, but I guess
Well, that whole what is it about New England?
Yeah.
Well, that whole room.
It's always New
right?
England.
There's so much opportunity for follow-up films just by walking into that room. And what did they show? They panned past 20 different items.
And here we see the Warrens Occult Museum in Monroe, Connecticut. A real place that the Doomgoryum guys should visit sometime.
Yeah, right? Each one is just as odd and abstract.
What I don't understand is, and why someone hasn't come up with the idea yet, but you get like movies like The Twilight Zone and stuff like that. Why has no one ever taken the artifacts in the Warrens' house? You know what I mean? How they made a TV series out of how they obtained each artifact in the house.
And remember how I remember we watched My Amityville Horror, the documentary with Daniel Lutz.
Yep.
And he visits the actual Lorraine Warren.
Watch that movie.
She's in her 80s.
Yep.
And you walk into their house.
Yep.
And there ain't no room like that. The whole freaking house is like that. There's all kinds of creepy crap around.
Watch that movie. Even like watching the son talk is a little bit hard to take sometimes because he's got an asshole attitude. But it is what it is. But the segment where they're in the Warrens' house, that was the best part of that movie. Just seeing like it's that's
Just seeing that there's some truth to what.
yeah,
what's going
and
on
it's
in
not overdone in the movie.
Conjuring.
That's what her house actually looks like. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So
Whatever Lorraine sees, feels, touches, it takes a toll on her. A little piece each time.
You have a lot of spirits in here, but there's one that I'm most worried about because it is so hateful.
It is amazing.
I enjoyed it.
It's amazing that Chap has made it back from Indonesia, where there was quite the outbreak of cannibalistic slugs. But we basically,
Razors in the jungle.
basically, we're back. We're back in action. Action is what we live for. So stay tuned. I give it a 9. I liked it that much.
I'd give it a 9. Absolutely.
2
Probably
9s.
one of the best I've seen in ages.
9s across the board
Yep.
for The Conjuring.
you know what happens when you turn those
See it?
9s upside down.
Yes. Maybe we should go 9.5.
9.5 just to be safe.
3 9s.
All right then. Okay, 9s.
So Jimmy move. I saw Jimmy move. Annabelle.
And yeah. And stay tuned for more Doomgoryum Report.
Yes.
And check out some Hap's video vaults while you're at it. And subscribe.
Yes.
Yes. That's
Well
very
done.
good.
Stay
Nice to see
scared.
you.
Thanks.
Look
Let him back.
I like that beard.
I don't know.
All right.
Too much fun.
Bushy, is that right?
Okay.